Welcome to our magazine. Today we will talk about the environment and us by Anna Peck, Jennifer Orozco, and Johanna Sike. A team of scientists speculated in a documentary what could happen to Earth if humans disappeared. They demonstrated humanity's impact on the environment and how, without us, animals, plants, and water would thrive. A study inspired by the United Nations revealed that 1 million species of animals and plants are currently in danger of extinction due to human activity. In this video essay, we are going to talk about, first, how did we get here, secondly, how does it affect us, and finally, a new consciousness.
Hi, today I am going to talk about how did we get here. And the two important things that I want to talk about are overpopulation and how our planet is becoming less wild. Population began to increase with advances in medicine a few years ago. The invention of vaccines and the discovery of antibiotics saved thousands of lives and are a factor in the excessive population growth. The number of annual deaths decreases and the number of births stays the same. As a result, the population increases. In the world, 1.3 billion people are poor and 700 million are hungry. People are having children in conditions of poverty, which is not ideal. This pattern of growth and generation of misery is unsustainable, and we have reached a point where the human future depends on the careful use of a finite planet and its resources. The planet has a limited capacity for natural resources, and we are consuming those resources faster than the planet is capable of generating them. We annually dump up to 400 million tons of heavy metals, toxic substances, and other industrial waste into the water. That 60% of fish is fished unsustainably, and there are more than 400 marine dead zones without oxygen, and that the contamination of the sea with plastic has increased. This is only an example about the sea, but we can find a lot of examples about all nature. The unsustainable exploitation of nature has also degraded the soil, affecting the sustenance of more than 3 billion people. As we know, Latin America is a biologically rich region in natural resources, and the economy depends on primary products and natural resources, which are responsible for around 50% of all the exported products. This creates a situation where air quality in cities has gone down, emissions are on the rise, and water and other natural resources are under pressure. There are currently around 8 million species of animals and plants on the planet. Of them, 1 million are in danger of total extinction. When the pandemic started, I saw a lot of news about how white animals appeared more frequently in areas near cities or in lakes and rivers. From my point of view, nature began to come out to these places because there were no people. Nature knows that humans kill wildlife to take over the lands that nature is occupying. As we increase our population, we need more space to live and produce the things that we need, and we are still in that space from wildlife, and they are suffering from the changes that humans create. The reality is that we need urgent global and local actions that involve the institutions and each of the individuals that inhabit the planet to stop the loss of the biodiversity, and we are exploiting resources without worrying about the future. We need to think about it, and we need to be concerned about it. Those were two big reasons why we got to this point, the point of having a dying planet.
Over the years, we humans have been massively polluting the environment and damaging all the resources it provides us. But how has all this affected us? Does it affect us, and will it affect us? global warming. Our health will be more affected in the coming years by the drastic changes in the climate. And I have been thinking that if now that in the present we are suffering drastic climatic changes, for example, that in the mornings it's too hot, in the afternoons it rains, and the nights are very cold, I cannot imagine what it will be like in the future when the climate change worsens because of our own fault, since we are not giving the care that we should to our planet Earth. I consider all this is very sad because every day I can see a large number of people who don't give importance to the environment, throwing garbage everywhere, wasting water unnecessarily, polluting the air, cutting down trees, and killing animals as a hobby. I don't know why they don't think that God gave us a place where to live and we have to take care of it, keep it clean, and take advantage of every resource, but consciously, because it's our home. Another problem is natural disasters, such as droughts, since today, in some seasons of the year, it's very difficult for it to rain, and this affects the crops of fruits and vegetables that are our daily food. Due to the droughts, more crops will be lost than are lost today, and for this reason, their prices will increase a lot in the future. Several storms and sea level rise in the coming years will also worsen and hit us with unprecedented flooding. All this can also cause food and water shortage, malnutrition, and poverty if we don't start doing something to help change the environment, since I consider that in the future the damage we are doing to our planet will be returned to us, and the destruction of infrastructure will affect health centers, schools, or homes, water, air, food, and much more. The pollution that we are causing every day in the future, I think that our children will get sick more often, will have less access to medical care, and will receive less education. Exposure to high levels of pollution can cause us a variety of health outcomes, such as increased risk of respiratory infections, heart disease, stroke, and lung cancer, which will affect vulnerable populations such as children and the elderly in greater proportion if we don't start become aware and make a change in our minds to start helping keep our home planet Earth safe. From my point of view, I believe that we should all contribute our grain of sand to make our home a better place. And also, it may not seem like much, but I think that the change has to start with ourselves, because I think it's our responsibility to take care of the environment and the place that God gave us to live. Another problem is phasing out fossil fuels, because I think it's one of the main problems that is also affecting our planet, because it produces gases and therefore the greenhouse effect is looked up in the planet. Phasing out fossil fuels is the set of gases that trap heat in the atmosphere, and this will affect us more in the future due to the wear and tear of the ozone layer, causing us to be overexposed to ultraviolet rays, and this causes problems for our long-term health. Another problem caused by the burning of fossil fuels is that the ashes fall into the oceans and pollute them more. And I think that for this reason, a lot of animals are dying and will die more.
A new consciousness, how to take care of the environment and finding balance. In nowadays, the environment has an important role in our lives. Every day, the entire planet is drying up in front of our eyes, and now is the time to make a new consciousness for help to save the planet. Year by year, the scientists make us aware about the global warming, and now is our turn to start to make the real change. Planting trees is one of the best ways to help the environment. Reforestation has a crucial role in our planet. Without forests, our planet could not survive. The forests also help to fight against the greenhouse effect, and this is how we wanted to contribute. This year, my classmates and I decided to go to plant some trees. In this way, we realized the importance to take care of the environment and the benefits that we can get for planting trees. Trees are the greatest source of oxygen that removes carbon dioxide and provide fresh and pure air to breathe. They help decrease ozone levels and the environment, reduce noise pollution, and offer various fruits and flowers that provide several health benefits. Also, it's not only the way we can help the environment. Soil pollution is one of the biggest problems to face our planet. With soil pollution, we are suffering with different consequences that affect us in different ways, starting with soil, rivers, lakes, and the sea. It's one of the main who cause the greenhouse effect, and now is the moment to fight against it. Recycle minimizes pollution and preserve our natural resources. We can recycle almost everything everywhere, and the most common are paper, glass, steel, plastics, electronics, wood. Recycle has some benefits for the environment, like conserving natural resources, protecting ecosystems and wildlife, saving energy, cutting climate-changing carbon emissions, and reducing demand for raw materials. We need to create a harmonious interaction between species, humans and animals, and the environment to ensure the survival as well as the preservation of natural resources. This means that we have to find a way where humans and animals can live without affecting in a negative way each other. Like this, we can have a better place where we can live together, and also we can preserve our home, the planet Earth. Nature makes human development possible, but our relentless demand for Earth's resources is accelerating extinction rates and devastating ecosystems, said Joyce Musa.
In conclusion, over the years, the environment has been getting worse due to the overpopulation, global warming, and pollution. But it's very important and necessary that we try to create a balance between the environment and our way of living in order to have a better place in the one to live. We think that there have been many problems that have brought us to where we are, but that is not too late to wake up and make a change to help take care of the environment, since it's our home and it will be the home of our children. We can make a big change if we start working together and start doing some little changes in our day-to-day like reduce, reuse, and recycle things that we have in our homes. Okay, we hope you have enjoyed our video and that you learned something new, maybe. Take care, see you next time.